everybody, it's Gracee from Yes I Can Fix That Handyman Services, and welcome to our first ever Ask a Handyman. Over the past few days on our socials, I asked a couple of my clients for some questions, and these are the most commonly asked questions that I thought you should know the answers to as well. Let's get into it. So the first question I got a lot was, what maintenance mistakes cost people the most later? And for this one, I have kind of a list. Cracked or missing caulk, especially around tubs, sinks, or windows. One tiny gap in that caulk can let water in, and next thing you know, you can have mold, swelling, or even a whole remodel on your hands, so it's best to always get that looked at. Ignoring slow leaks like drips from a faucet or a running toilet, that can end up causing a lot of mold or make it so your floors have to be replaced due to damage. Third is not checking around window and door seals, gaps let in water, drafts, bugs, you name it. Weather stripping is honestly something that is very easy to fix, but a lot of people don't fix it because they don't think about it, and it can really end up causing them some problems later. And then neglecting dryer vent cleaning. It's actually one of the number one causes for house fires. Your dryer vent is, all of that lint builds up, and it is just one spark and it's all going up, so you should definitely get your dryer vent cleaned as well. The second question I actually got quite a few times was, what simple projects actually need a pro instead of doing it yourself? Mounting a TV is one of them, because it sounds so easy. However, if you don't use the right anchors, if you don't use the right mount, if you don't put it in the right spot, it honestly can end up falling and you're breaking the TV, you have a hole in your wall, it's just not a good time. Another one would be replacing faucets or toilets. You think it's just a swap until the shutoff, it won't turn back on, it's stuck, or your seal leaks and it floods the bathroom, or even if you crack the toilet, then what are you gonna do? Tiling. Everyone thinks that it's so easy. You just put the grout down, put the tile, you're done. However, if anything is uneven, all of your tile is gonna be uneven, and at the end, you're gonna have a very warped tile job, and it's just not gonna look very well. And again, with hanging things, hanging mirrors or wall decor, that's honestly something that a lot of people don't think of. However, if it's too heavy and you don't have the right mount, you don't have it in the right spot, there's not a stud there, you can end up just pulling things out of the wall and having a hole and having a big mess on your hands, and whatever was up ends up falling and breaking. It's just not the best. I would personally hire a pro. And then the third question that I got probably 3 or 4 times was, can I be your handyman? And the answer to that is yes. I typically am here in the office. However, if it comes to a storm or if they need more hands on deck, I am always happy to go out in the field. If you request me, I can see what I can do, but typically I'm here in the office answering phones and emails so I can help you guys the best I can. That is it this time for Ask a Handyman. However, if this helped you dodge a disaster or made you realize you're doing it wrong, feel free to let us know down in the comments. There's no judgment here. We have all definitely been there where we've tried to do something ourselves and we just quite can't. If I can help you out in the comments, I'll let you know. Follow me for more tips, tag a buddy who thinks they're handy, and let's keep your house from turning into a full-time job. Bye guys.